What's up, everybody, and welcome to Real Time for the Real Everyday Movie Fan. I'm Ryan Murphy.
I'm Josh Williams.
And today we are giving you our first reaction to the trailer for Halloween.
All right.
This is a fascinating franchise because it's not like we've seen too little of it. There's been so many Halloween movies. Because first I'm gonna have to talk about this one a little bit. You look at the time; we might be going a little longer. But first, they made the film, and then they made a sequel, and then they decided, well, let's make this into an anthology series, and we'll just make different. So they tried to make Halloween 3 the first of many films that would just be something different, and they're like, no. So they made Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers. So they made further sequels, 5 and 6. Then they said, let's make a sequel that ignores all previous sequels past 2, which other franchises have done, right? Ignore the sequels we don't like. And so that was H2O 20 years later. Jamie Lee Curtis came back as Laurie Strode. They ignored everything past Halloween 2. They made a sequel to that. Spoiler, Laurie Strode died. She met her fate at the beginning of Halloween Resurrection.
Yep.
Then they completely started over and remade the first one, made a sequel to that. And now... we're going back and doing, again, a sequel that ignores all previous sequels except for 1 and 2, including...
Except for 1, from whatever. Is it just 1?
No, I think it's 1 and 2. Everyone recognized 1 and 2, because those are the two that John Carpenter, the author, was involved in. But the thing I find so funny is it's the second time they've done it. It's... Jamie Lee Curtis is involved again, so she's wiping away the own history of her own of H2O. That never happened. It's now been 40 years since Laurie Strode met Michael Myers, and she'll come back in 20 years and do Halloween H6O. I haven't seen my brother in 60 years.
I still liked H2O quite a bit, and even Resurrection I didn't mind at all.
Yeah,
it's just I actually like that we're, in a weird way, going back to the roots again. But either way, for me...
And John Carpenter is involved as executive producer, once again composing the music.
Which is great. And for me, Michael Myers is my all-time favorite horror character. Mm-hmm. He is my number one. He has always been. And if everyone asks me what my favorite horror movie is or movie to watch during Halloween, it's, of course, Halloween. This is easily my favorite and one of the best horror movies that's ever been made. And the fact that, John Carpenter is coming back as executive producer, it only adds to the fuel of the fire that I am excited and ready to get my butt in the seat to see this.
Well, for me, my mother went to go see the original Halloween. She's always talked about it when she was living with 2 other girls at the time, early 20s. So it freaked her the hell out. She called it life-changingly terrifying. But since then, that was a good idea. What if there's just 3 girls who are being stalked by a killer for no reason? Now we have the slasher genre, which has just become a joke, where the guy just kills people. It's not even scary. He's fitting in jokes and being, oh, they are sex. Let's watch them die. And so now it's kind of harder, I think, to make a movie just about a guy killing people and make it legitimately scary and not just a horror film, or not just make it a scary film, not just a horror film, if you know what I mean. So
that's why a lot of the supernatural movies these days get more hyped up, and they're actually more scary because it's the unknown. Where it's a guy. For slasher film, you say it's just a guy, but I have some faith that hopefully this is gonna be good. But let's find out.
All right,
let's check this trailer. I'm excited. Whoops! Hang on. Stop that. I need to get my my sound on. I should get my sound on. That'd be important. All right, here we go.
Testing 1, 2, 3. We're on.
We're here to investigate a patient that killed 3 innocent teenagers on a Halloween in 1978. He was shot by his own psychiatrist and taken into custody that night.
It does
everything but one.
It is everything but one.
In captivity. Hello, Michael. I have something you might like to see.
Everyone in my family turns into a nutcase this time of year. Yeah, I mean, your grandmother is Laurie Strode. She was almost murdered.
Wasn't it her brother who murdered all those babysitters?
No, it was not her brother. That's something that people made up.
Do you know that I pray every night that he would escape?
What the hell did you do that for?
So I can kill him.
Dad, look out!
The bus crashed.
Mom, what bus crashed?
Michael escaped.
Excuse me, somebody's in here.
Hello?
waited for this night. He's waited for me. I've waited for him. Get out of the room! Get inside! You don't believe in the boogeyman? He's here! Michael! You should.
Can you close the closet door?
I don't know what you think, but that was a well-made trailer.
Looks scary.
It looks
scary as
good.
heck.
I like it. It has some creepy factor to it, like a lot of slow. Like what helps make a horror movie is building tension within each scene and building the tension up to the point where you're really anxious of what's going to happen next. You may know what's going to happen, but it's still the atmosphere that you can create, and that's very key in making a good horror movie. That's why some movies like The Conjuring and James Wan have been so successful, because he's good at creating atmosphere, which I hope they do that with this, because today's horror movies, like especially with slashers, it has that trouble. But from the trailer, what the trailer gave us, they did good at building some atmosphere. That was really good, and I'm excited. What about you?
Yeah. I think it looks very scary. And I don't know how I feel about them cutting out 2, because like the idea of her being his sister, which was revealed in 2, has just become such a part of the mythos. Is what people know about it. Even in the remake, that became a factor. So it just sort of feels unnatural to me now. But I mean,
it's going to be different.
It's going to be a different movie. But
so this is considered an actual just a sequel to the first one.
I mean, John Carpenter still wrote and did the music for Halloween 2. So I mean, now it's still involved. I don't know why he would, just totally ignore.
Well, this makes me almost want to like keep an eye out on a lot of like the junkets where they kind of do interviews with the cast and such, because I want to look out for if they interview John Carpenter, somebody asks that question, because that's a good question. If he wrote, helped write the second one, but now he's executive producing and helping writing this one, what made him choose to cut out the second one completely? It's very interesting. I'm actually curious to hear his thoughts on his thought process on why he decided to do that.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that'll do it for today. Thank you very much for watching. What did you think of Halloween trailer number 1? Leave your comments in the section below. Let us know whether you liked it or not, whether you're hyped for this and your butt's going to be in the seats like us, or you're just going to wait to watch it on Netflix. Leave your comments and share your thoughts. Also, if you like what you watch, then please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you can receive more of our various content in the future. Also, like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Stardust. The links are in the description below. And that's all we have for you today. I'm Josh Williams.
And I'm Ryan Murphy.
And thank you for keeping it real
with ReelTime.